Oh, we're live.
I think so.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, is it recording probably?
Yes. It's definitely doing that.
Hi, everybody.
But maybe,
How are y'all?
maybe you can make sucking on a throat drop a little louder.
I
That's
can't.
possible.
What is going on here?
That-
Okay. Yes, that is going on right now. This is so weird.
Mute.
Well, no, we have to get past this thing. So let's mute this.
Well, that's why I said mute.
Oh,
you just muted that.
You did a good job. Hi, everyone.
I know technology.
You do know technology.
So much.
Let's skip our own ad right now. There we go. Where's the chat?
Lower. Keep going.
Is it way lower?
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there.
There. Okay, cool.
There you go. Good evening. It's late.
Yes.
We have no coffee. What were we thinking?
I know. Do you want, I guess I can't really make coffee.
No, we're not gonna make coffee now that we're already live.
Yeah. We just might edit this
Eric,
out.
how are you?
You the man, buddy. How's it going?
Hey guys.
Ooh, East Texas Homestead is on. That's awesome.
Yay.
Texas representing. Okay. Well, we are live streaming.
Yeah. Answering Q&A live.
Yeah.
Well, some of your questions might be live, but mostly we're taking from the comments on the vlog.
Yeah.
And then turning them into a conversation. So if you have questions, you can post them in the chat and we'll answer those. But we're also going to go off of some of the most updated Q&A things that we have going on in the comments.
Yes. I will be completely honest. This live event is two parts. One, we have another cool, awesome essential
Oils class.
Yeah, coming up, a webinar coming up.
Thursday.
Yes.
This Thursday, the 16th. We will just be coming back from the beach that day.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of you have asked not just what oils do I use or how to use oils, but a lot of you already have your oils and you want to know how to use them better. So this is kind of a Oils 201. Some of you will have memberships like we do. Some of you will just have oils that you love and you want to know a little bit more about how to get involved or use them more effectively. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, so to just let y'all know about that. And then also selfishly, I don't have a video for today. So that's why I needed to do a live stream.
So this is a substitution.
Yeah, it's a little cheating, but hopefully these are fun.
But today we did do things that we have videoed in the past. So
yeah,
we took care of bunnies. We made gluten-free cookies.
These cookies are the bomb. Okay, so we're also redoing our website. So you can't actually find this article that I wrote today, but I'll put it back on there. But they are the best cookies. They're made out of almond butter.
Almond flour. I don't think there's
sorry, almond butter. Is there almond butter?
I don't think there is.
That's almond.
What is almond flour?
What is it called when it's not peanut butter? Almond butter. It's almond butter.
I don't think there's almond butter in that.
No, there's not almond butter in those, but almond butter is a thing.
Yes.
On to the questions. Okay. Let me pull this up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna skip the big one. Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are pairing. I didn't think that pairing worms with bunnies would be that big of a topic. We did not know
that bunny poop and worm poop was going to be very popular. But you know what? When your mind's in the gutter, you're just going to talk about what's there. So
yeah. So talking about pairing rabbit poop with worms. It's actually been a cool topic. A lot of people have been asking if I can do a video of my worm bins because they're so cute and cuddly and entertaining, those red wiggler worms. I will, sure, maybe I'll just start a fresh bin. That's probably what I'll do is I'll do a video of going to buy a bin and starting
like how you would start a little worm farm.
And I probably should do that anyway because they're multiplying, especially with all these.
Oh my gosh, you have so many worms.
Yeah. Well, this is here in the Houston area, this is whenever they really ramp up and they just start multiplying. And then once it hits the summer, they all die. Because it gets just too hot, and we don't have like a space that's air conditioned to be able to keep them alive. So they really
there was a space at one point when Bo put them in our shower, and then I think it was brand new, and I was like, okay, you can do this for a little while, and then I was like, okay, we're really done with this.
Well, it wasn't in this. It was
in the shower.
The
box in the shower.
Because we weren't using that shower for a little bit because the head was messed up.
I don't remember why. I think we just liked the other shower.
So then I put it in our master bathtub. And then then I took our compost from outside, and because I heard that composting worms like to eat compost. So I put that in there. The worst mistake ever, because now I have these microscopic, tiny white little mites. They're great for soil, awesome, really good for having a worm bin. They'll do it, but they are gross, and you don't want them in your house.
Do they turn into flies, or they're just mites? They're not. They're not larvae.
They're just some kind of mites. So if you know, put it down in the comments, the chat of what those
worm mites.
Yeah, I've heard that if you take wet bread and you put that on there, that they will all kind of, you just soak down some bread, like a slice of bread, and all those little mites will go on top of it, and then you can trash that or do
wet bread is also good for splinters. When you take white bread, you guys are going to know this. You take white bread and you get it a little bit wet, and then you put it on the splinter, you put a Band-Aid over it, and it will draw the splinter out.
That's crazy.
I know.
I don't understand.
I'm telling you.
Okay. Let's go ahead and hold on. Let's say hi to everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Eric. Hi, East Texas Homestead, Angel, and the Texas boys. What's up?
Izzy likes the beach. Sounds good. We do too. We're excited. Our kids have never been to the beach, so they're going to go to the beach for the first time. Okay,
Eric, the people want to know, did Bo get that?
Oh, the makeout session? We are not ones to kiss and tell. That's a whole nother video realm that we're just not willing to go to.
Baby number 4. Sorry, I went there.
And Bo's no longer allowed to do live videos. So thanks, guys.
Okay. What? Can you post the? Yes. So I will. It's actually
the cookie
made
recipe. So we have the cookie recipe posted.
There's a video on me making the cookies.
Yeah.
It's not my
favorite one. It's called Milk and Cookies.
It's super cute with kids, but it's not very how-to.
Yeah. It doesn't give you measurements. So yeah, the post will go back up as soon as our website's back up. It's taking a break because we're kind of we're using a different sort of, I don't know what you call that.
Huh?
Our website. We're revamping the website, I guess, if that makes sense. So Eric, it's down for maintenance.
Eric, you cannot start Bo the Worm Man Brotherton. That is,
goodness.
We got to come up with a cooler one.
Well, you guys can work on that on your own time. Okay, so Andrew asks, when are we building the tiny house? We have a little update on what our next step is.
Yeah, so this Saturday is, hopefully it'll all work out. I talked to Enterprise Center, and they said, well, yes, but actually they're 1 man short. So anyway, this Saturday we're supposed to go up there and to work on our floor plan. So that's the awesome thing. We have some cool news to be able to work with them, to be able to get this going faster. So Enterprise Center in Giddings, Texas, we're going to be going up there this Saturday, working on our floor plan. Hopefully we'll have several videos after that trip coming up next week. And the plan is we would love to be able to get the shell building. They actually are going to build the shell of the house in Waco, Texas. That's the Dirksen home plant is in Waco, Texas. So I would love, if we can time it right, depending on baby number 4, if I can go up there and
video some of our actual shed being put together.
Literally the barn raising, the walls being raised and the structure, I can get that on film. And they'll say yes, this is your house.
Yeah, so when you go to the lot, they've got houses or sheds, buildings, for you to walk through, like kind of like model homes. But when we actually get our process running, it'll be our house that they're building and then delivering. So we want to catch it before it actually gets delivered.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. So
Okay.
very soon we're going to start the build. And then as long as things go well, we're going to plan on us still selecting the building, creating the floor plans, and then we want the Giddings Enterprise location to do a lot of the work so that we can actually get into the building.
Yeah.
So a lot of those first step works.
Okay, you're talking about how long does it take to have your worms multiply? Really not long at all. In this video that I'll probably be doing, seriously guys, I thought that this was going to be the most boring thing, and I was never going to make a worm video.
Right.
The cute rabbits make it a little bit easier, but I'm not doing it as much, but if you don't have rabbits, this is a really good thing to be able to supplement a worm bin. Is you make kind of like puppy chow, you make worm chow.
Yeah.
So I have like a recipe that I do with that. So I'll post that and I'll do a video for that. And it really helps them. It is grain. I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, it helps them to multiply a lot faster. And they put out a lot more compost that way. Okay, that's awesome.
You know, you are lucky that you have such a great wife. It's true.
Yes. You want to do it. Okay. You can drive. Okay. While you're looking at that, let me get another.
Yay, Tammy, we're glad you're here. Thanks for encouraging. That's awesome. Yeah, you got your starter worms, Texas boys. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't remember where we got our worms, but I just remember them coming, and I was like, awesome, worms. But they're hard workers. They have one job, and they do it well.
The worms actually were our very first pet.
I don't know if Bo treated them like pets. I was sort of like, oh, it's that bin in the garage, and just didn't go near it. But a lot of people do have questions. So these are probably two other questions that we get a lot about the worms. First, why don't we just put our worm bin in the ground and just catch the poop from the bunnies? And where we live, if you guys live in places where you have fire ants, that it's just not possible. Like, they're carnivorous little sons of guns, and they're the worst thing on the planet. Like, mosquitoes and fire ants, I don't know why God made them, but I really wish he could erase with a God-sized eraser on that, because I hate them. I really hate them.
I have no knowledge or tips for fire ants. I maybe one, but I've never used it.
Nothing organic.
Yeah, I would just, for fire ants, I would look up for Jack Spirko's The Survival Podcast, and it's like something from Garrett. Oh, what's his name? Anyway, it's like in something called In Fuego with like orange oil or something, and it's supposed to really help with fire ants. But mosquitoes, I do have a mosquito trap video coming out. Okay, let's talk about Jeannie. Jeannie is our rabbit breeder. So that's where we got all 4 of our rabbits. And she actually commented, because a lot of people are commenting on, y'all pick like some of the smallest things in a video and like create conversation. It's really good. So we're talking about the rabbits.
I was saying
lilac with
Lilac's ears flop, and I said, I don't even know if that's a desirable trait. So it helps to have your rabbit breeder as a subscriber on your YouTube, because she can give you all the inside info. Yeah.
So she said that it could be based off of that her ears could be big, and that she could end up being a big bunny. That'd be good.
She was saying, like, in the same way you may measure a puppy's feet and say, like, oh, that's going to be a big dog, you can do the same thing with their ears. And they have gotten big. They've really not only like fattened up, we go and hold them probably every day, but their heads are massive. And, we have the big Rex, who's obviously sort of the measurement by which we gauge our baby bunny's growth. And their heads are already getting to his size. So I'm like, wow, so much happens as they grow. Oh, yes. Sherry, God bless you for not knowing what a fire ant is, because, they're straight up from the devil. They are just from the bowels of hell, the worst things on the planet. They bite, they sting, it hurts. Some people are allergic to them the way you might be allergic to bees, but bees are way more productive. So yeah, and they'll actually eat your worms, which is why we don't keep the worms in the ground. That was my original thought.
And Texas Boy says that fire ants are another government blunder.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
It's like Hunger Games where they make those tracker jackers.
Okay, so Texas Boys, but I have to ask. I know that y'all are not originally from Texas, so where you're from, was there fire ants?
I don't know.
So let me know down there.
Yeah.
Yes, fire ants are the devil.
Yeah, and it stinks. You need some oils. If you have fire ants in your area, you guys need to call us about oils because we'll tell you which ones are beneficial for that.
Izzy's talking about the bunnies. Oh yeah, you can scroll. Do we have any mushrooms? So who asked that? Izzy. We don't. With my current connection with our church, and I can get like the big 5-gallon buckets of coffee. I heard that you can inoculate mushrooms easily in coffee grounds. Here's the thing. I don't really like mushrooms. So I think I want to try it just to try it, but it's low on the priority list.
It's kind of like blueberries for me, and you guys are going to shoot us for this, but I swear to you, I'm in my 30s. I've been trying blueberries for 30 years. Even now, I will try them every time, and I will never like them. Yeah. Never. I don't like blueberry muffins. I don't like things with blueberry toppings. It is not my favorite thing, but I do love that book, Blueberries for Sal. That's sort of the sweetest book ever.
It's a good book.
So yeah, tons of health benefits in mushrooms. You're right, Izzy, especially when you know what they're growing in.
Oh, Sherry, are you talking about do the fire ants bite? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They could kill you. Like, I mean, not one bite, but you could totally. Well, Ella, we thought that Ella
Oh, Ella's fallen and gotten dozens. I mean, at least
whatever that was.
At least 18 fire ant bites at once.
That was before we were daily vlogging, and that would have been a scary one. Like her face puffed up.
That wasn't from an ant.
I know, but we didn't know what it was.
No,
I mean
that was just from something at the park.
Yeah, it was scary. No fire ants.
All
right.
I think they are in the Northwest, though. I do remember that living in Washington.
Hi, Samantha. We love you too. Thanks. Okay, let's go. While you're looking at the comments, nothing organic seems to. Yeah, I agree. Nothing organic really works for fire ants.
If you've ever seen their video, like they're crazy. Yeah. They're just crazy things. They like if it rains and it's they have a little, I don't know, a mound by a creek bed, and they wash into the creek bed. They form this like globulous mass and basically make a raft out of themselves. Like they're the worst.
Okay, so Christopher, you asked this down in the chat. This is a really, really good question. And this is why whenever we ended season 1, we started saying this right whenever Justin gave us a shout out, which we were like, oh my goodness, thank you, Justin and Rebecca. So, we really talked about it a lot at the end of season 1 that we did. Season 2 right now is going to go up until our baby coming. And so Kelly is over 7 months pregnant right now. So the answer is yes, we are totally going to be doing more videos on our 7-acre property. Just being flat out honest.
They're going to be sporadic.
It's a little harder than we thought it was going to be. Just in terms of me getting help to go out there during times that people can do it. And then us also still running our business. And then my amazing bride being 7 months pregnant is I need to be here to help with our 3 other kids.
And he does good at that.
Yes.
So the short answer is yes, much more stuff coming on the acreage. I think, we've done, the last video we did out there was mapping the swales. So it'll be, our climate also is a little bit tricky. A lot of you right now are under snow. So you understand that there's certain times of year that, man, it's just really hard to work on a project that's outdoors. But you can usually use a heater. In Houston, it's summer all year round except for 2 weeks out of the year when it's winter. And in the surrounding areas, we deal with that a lot. So our property, although it's not directly in Houston, we do have to consider what are we going to do when the summer months come.
Yeah.
Because, which is honestly a huge reason that we're asking the builders or enterprise lot to do some of the work, because if they can do the work to just even set up things more quickly than we could do if we were to frame the house and run electricity and plumbing and everything, then we can get many, many more videos going out on the property because we'll have AC in the building. So that's huge for us to be able to even have that reprieve, because it's just ridiculous hot.
Yeah.
Not just for a pregnant person, but real people too.
And I'm going to be completely straight up honest, and we just want to share everything. So
what are we sharing?
The next thing to do on the property is to do the swales, to do the house pad, swales. And with the swales, we really need to lay down drip irrigation and inoculate the berms before they dry out for the summer.
Yeah.
So that is roughly going to be about $1,500. And just where my brain is of being the provider and financial protector of my family, I know that a baby's coming, and we are big Dave Ramsey, advocates, where he says that if you have a baby, that's like a cloud coming over your household. And so you need to get an umbrella. And that's something that's been just being honest, it's been a hard thing for me to pull the trigger on right now, because we're also trying to get this home built, this shed to house conversion built now. So just being flat out honest, like finances is just something that we're trying to get our heads wrapped around. I'm trying to work the numbers and the spreadsheets and everything, but just know that we are moving on our property in the fall. We are going to sell this house. And also, I just realized.
Is that fall? I mean, it's like
late fall.
Hopefully holidays. Like like Thanksgiving, Christmas season. It all depends on when we can sell.
Yeah.
Well, we don't really have seasons here, so it's kind of weird.
And also, I realized we moved into this house in the fall. Yeah. Like in October of, whenever we moved in. Yeah. So the good thing is our house should sell quite nicely. And so, it's still going to happen. And that's going to be season 3. Yeah. Like
season 3 will be very heavy on the transition from suburbs to homestead. And the reason we're doing season 2 now is because we're still working toward that. One of the goals that Bo had was make sure that every day we're doing something that helps us work toward the homestead, whether that's we clean out a room and we sell a bunch of stuff at a garage sale, or we get our bunnies, or we learn to put the poops together. Like all of these things are working our way toward either a proficiency in a skill that we're going to use on the homestead, or preparing us to transition from here to there. So I love that you're so apologetic or like genuine about finances, but I really do think that's the only way to do it. A lot of you comment on our relationship, and I think this is a good time just to say part of the reason I can support the vision that Bo has, and this has been a lot of our marriage, but part of the reason I can support that is because he has proved himself to be trustworthy. Like he's proved himself to do well with our finances, and I've given him room to screw up. I've given him room to say, okay, I feel comfortable risking this amount of money on this project, but not more than that. And he listens to me a lot, and I want to nurture that in him as well. So there's so much more behind the scenes that, if you see something that looks too good to be true, ask about it, because chances are, if appearances are too good to be true, it is. But there's a lot of work behind the scenes that to go into planning a homestead, to do it fiscally responsibly, to make sure that you prepare for the worst and then hope for the best is pretty important. And you can't just hope for the best without preparing. So I think that's crucial to us getting that video on the homestead.
Yeah. So yes, Christopher, then you commented again, lots and lots of videos about permaculture coming up. Just stick with us through season 2. I still have, faith that there's going to be some good things coming before the baby comes. But just Just
And
stick with
there's
us.
so much work to do. I think that's the thing is, even if we videoed 3 times a day and made 3 separate videos, we still wouldn't cover all of the work that is going to be done on the homestead. So no, you can rewatch some of those videos with our permaculture designer, Pete. There's a lot on, gosh, what was that fermentation? They were using a fermented fertilizer or something like that.
Yeah, I forgot the video.
Yeah, there's lots and lots. So check out the channel. Eventually we'll get to the place where we've got different playlists. But for now, we're just kind of rocking it.
No, there is a playlist on that. It's just
on
like,
just permaculture?
It's called like Homestead Interviews or something like that.
Okay. Just the interviews.
Yeah. Okay, Debbie, you said you just got your worms and they were escaping. Yes, they will do that. Put a light on them. If you put a light on them, then they'll
burrow.
They'll dig down. You probably, I think whenever I first got my worms, I kept a light on them for probably 48 hours and just make sure that they were nice and moist. In the beginning,
your mail lady's awesome. She gave you the worms back.
Yeah. Okay, so
imagine getting chicks in the mail. That would be a big job.
Permaculture is the future of life. Yeah.
Amen. Future and past.
Thank you, Tammy, for the thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, here, you can take that one.
Oh, this is a funny one. So this was a surprising comment as well. I think sometimes we're a little bit too honest in front of you. So everyone asked, why was Kelly so surprised that you could fix the disposal?
Why are y'all surprised that she's surprised? Y'all seen me. I'm not good at this stuff. Okay.
We don't have a lot of history of like things going wrong in our house. But this one summer, our gas stove jacked up. Our refrigerator just straight up stopped working, which is why we had to can so much that summer. There was a gas leak, and then our disposal was messed up. So the guy comes out and like snakes the disposal a few summers ago. And this all happened within like 4 months of itself. And we're like, great, what's going wrong next? Oh, and I think our garage door broke at the same time. So I have all the faith in Bo to create things. Like, we'd never made a bunny hutch. We'd never made a table. We'd never done these things before. And he's so capable of doing those things. But the disposal, all I knew is I turned it on, and I even waited 2 days to tell him, because I was like, I'm not going to bring this up. So finally when I did, I said, I hate to tell you this. And all I know is that all you hear is a buzz. So when he did it, and then he knew where the tool was, that was impressive.
No, I didn't.
Well, you found it.
I saw on the YouTube, and they said that the disposal comes with this Allen wrench tool.
But that it was there is huge.
It just happened. I've never seen it for what have we been here for 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years.
Been in this house for 7 years. I've never seen that tool, and it was there.
And in fairness to me, he goes, I had something I had to work on. He goes, hey, can you give me an hour? I'm going to work on this garbage disposal. And I was like, fine, you can have an hour. Like, could you not work on this any other time? And in minutes, you did it. I was so impressed. So it's not because he is not completely skilled and capable to learn how to do it.
But y'all didn't even see. I didn't vlog this day. It was just a big day, and I just didn't. But I even fixed like a straight up. I had to like take the faucet all apart, like the handle. We had a leak coming out in our bathroom faucet, and I like do the cartridge.
Do you really want to brag on that one?
No.
Yeah, because now when you turn the hot water hot, it just rattles all of the pipes.
I need to fix the other one.
I'm just telling you.
I will do that.
Let's not brag about it until it's done.
From YouTube. Yes, YouTube videos.
Yes.
You just love.
Yes. Even like your washer and dryer, you can fix from YouTube videos. A girlfriend of mine laid all her kitchen tile perfectly with YouTube videos.
Okay.
Like, Izzy, why did we go to college?
Izzy, so you asked, are we going to raise pigs? That is in our permaculture design plan. So that Pete wrote it up, and he designed the property for. The cool thing about permaculture is you kind of just, you let the design go whatever the land is telling you. And he walked that place probably like, 10 times
Yeah.
I think he even stayed the night out there. I don't know if he did or not. But he just said that this place has a ton of acorns there. Just a lot of oak. I don't know if it's post oak or live oak, but just a ton of oak trees. And he said, you are going to eventually, after a couple of years, you will be able to have acorn finished pigs on this property. So that's the plan. We certainly are not going to start with pigs as our first livestock animals.
Yeah, I think the plan so far is meat, chickens, and bunnies.
Rabbits.
Yeah, and rabbits. I guess when you're going to eat them, you call them rabbits. It's more official.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Sweet for good pork. Yes.
Yeah, really good pork. And I think the idea is like, we know we'll be able to do enough for our family and then some, because we know they'll just produce so much. So wait, there was one up here that someone asked. Yes, I know, Christopher. I'm sorry about the blueberries. I don't know if we discussed this. We discussed a lot of things premaritally, definitely money and babies and all that. But blueberries was not in the mix.
See,
but he doesn't like pickles or popcorn or really like any good flavor ice cream.
No, but here's the thing. We did not eat Whole Foods when we were first married. Honestly, the deal breaker at that time would have been like, do you like nachos?
It would have been like, can you tolerate black bean and cheese tacos? We should do a whole nother video on what our finances were like those first couple of years as we paid off debt.
Yeah, bean and cheese tacos taste like debt. Just financial debt. Yeah. It's just gross.
I'm serious. In the last 6 years, he has never let me make black bean and cheese tacos for that reason.
They're just gross, period. I know you do.
I love them.
Okay.
Okay. Do y'all work now? And if you move to your homestead and quit your jobs? That's a good question, Andrew.
Yeah.
We read a book called Quitter a few years ago. And it's all about how to quit your day job. And really, Bo's been entrepreneurial for a long, long time. And really, I don't know, since he was in his teens. So it wasn't a shift for me to kind of follow that lead. But about 2 years ago, so we found doTERRA and created our own income stream through that about 4 years ago. And 2 years into it, we really realized this could be some financial freedom that we hadn't even expected. And Bo was just sort of hitting this rut. Like if you've ever been a military kid and you've moved every couple of years, that's how Bo feels about business. Like he may do a job for a couple of years and then just get creative in some other way, or really need to drive the train in a different direction, right? So that's how we found doTERRA, and Bo was able to step down from his 9 to 5 2 years ago. And then doTERRA really just picked up, and we started running with that. So the cool thing about our jobs is we can literally do it anywhere. We could move out of the country and we could still do our jobs from there. So as long as you get the Wi-Fi, you can still
the Wi-Fi.
You can still do your business wherever you are. And from what we hear, the Wi-Fi at the local McDonald's in our new town is going to be pretty sweet.
I think that is going to be our So we work a lot in coffee shops.
Yeah.
With our kids, we just get a babysitter.
Cheaper than office space.
Yeah. There's no coffee shop in this small town. There is only a McDonald's. And if you ever listen to Jim Gaffigan about McDonald's, anyway.
I don't know if I could bring myself to even get coffee at McDonald's.
Yes.
No judgment. I mean, I've eaten my fair share of sausage biscuits, but so yeah, we will still work when we move. We also have some plans for income producing function stacking, Bo calls it, on the property. So I just have a desire to plant acres and acres of crops and then give a lot of it away to people who need it. So I'm excited about where we'll be moving and the ways that we can use our produce as outreach. But we'll also do some things like sell some rabbits. We'll sell some chickens. We'll do a lot of stuff and hopefully kind of inspire our families, because we're first generation homesteaders. We don't have hunters on either side of our family. All the things that we want to do are just super unusual, but we have a really cool family, and they would love to come and eat the chicken and help us process and all of those things. So I think that'll be really cool experiences for all of them.
Yeah, and so that's when you're asking that. I mean, I think what we're currently doing with doTERRA now, and we're going to be doing that forever, and we love the company. If there's anything cooler than that, it just gives us the opportunity to do really whatever we want in terms of on this homestead. And like Kelly said, I am a chronic entrepreneur changer. So homesteading, having 7 acres to do whatever we want to do with it. There's no limit. The sky's the limit. And that's why we're just super stoked.
I think that's the same with any passive income. You know, anything that you can create and allow it to duplicate itself is pretty powerful. So for those advocating, how do we, a working farm, if that was our only option, would be too intimidating for us to really step into. And we'd have a huge nest egg that we have to set up beforehand. So this is a good option.
Yeah, and you know, so you are commenting now of like starting up a veggie stand or a little farm stand at the edge of the property. Totally, you know, I don't know if our property, the way it's set up, is really going to grow grow some interest. We're not on a busy road, but if we got the word out, then it could. They do have a local farmers market, which I'm all about. But honestly, I'm a big fat fan of paying people to do the things that we don't like. I like specialties. So I personally don't have a need to do the honey and be completely self-sustaining. I love the idea until Bo convinced me about pigs. But I love the idea of letting someone else raise a pig and we just pay them for their pig. Because I think that's good to support other people in the community, and nobody's an island, especially on the homestead. So I want all the animals.
But once all the animals and all the meats.
Seriously. Yeah. If I get all the animals, that will be the most entertaining failure for y'all to watch us go crazy with rabbits, chickens, ducks, goats.
The damn ducks.
A cow and pigs.
Baby, I'm down. I'm just saying. I also would like to go visit people. And if we have that many critters on our farm, it was so hard to go do those things.
I know.
So yes, excited about the veggies, excited about everything that we get to do. I mean, it could be literally anything. Anything. There's just nothing. Our climate is pretty decent. The soil, we know through permaculture, we can create any kind of soil that we want. It would be fun if we could even greenhouse some avocados and bananas and things like that. Because in Houston, that stuff grows. Like Bo's mom just grows everything in her yard without a care. She's amazing.
That's South Houston.
But it still works.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to play with aquaponics.
Baby shower gift. Thanks, Eric. I'm really looking forward to a pig as a baby shower gift. That's awesome. Sounds like an awesome party. Animal house for sure, right?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so while she's looking up the chat, so another thing that our rabbit breeder Jeannie said is that rabbits love sweet potato leaves and vines.
Go figure.
We can grow some sweet potato leaves.
We're so good at growing
so
vines and leaves.
At growing
You're right, babe.
Sweet potato leaves and vines. We're not that great at growing sweet potatoes, but the vine, actually last year every year we do more than the year before.
It's true.
And this year,
and all of the crops, not just
which I need to do that now. If y'all saw the video with Justin and Rebecca and the Rhodes family down in Florida, and they actually started sweet potatoes. That's exactly how you do it. That's what we've always done. You just set a sweet potato on there, and then the little sprouts come out. It's the easiest thing to do. So I'll do a video. I just need to do it. We even have some sweet potatoes that are already kind of sprouting right now.
Yeah, were they volunteers? I mean, we didn't plant any this year.
Well, in the backyard, but we even have some on the counter. So we can just start that.
We do.
You can even, like, if you, like,
I'm so good at using the produce that I buy.
You're totally right that those volunteers out there, I can just
You could just
snip
move
a
them. Yeah.
piece and do that. So sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna do a box thing this year to where you pile it on. I've never done that. I've always just grown them in our ground beds, but now that we have the floating garden beds.
I love those garden beds. They turned out to be better for production than I thought. I was really afraid they were gonna just be a total mess.
It's all about the rabbit poop.
Izzy asked if we'll grow some fish. Absolutely. There's a tank that's currently busted on our property.
Watch the homestead, the tour.
Yeah, check out the tour of the homestead because that'll give you a little vision of what we intend to do with it. But we'll expand that tank and it'll have some fish in it and hopefully be deep enough for the kids even to like build some rafts and stuff on there. We're just super excited about the childhood they get.
Pete thinks it's probably going to be a little over 1/4 of an acre.
Which is a lot bigger than we originally, well, first we talked about a huge one, and then he was like, y'all need to get yourselves in check. And then came back to 1/8 of an acre, and I think 1/4 sounds much more worth our while.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I mean, 1/8 of an acre is the size of our property right now, our suburban home, so that's still pretty big. I mean, on our small, it's only 7 acres, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, Jan, that sounds awesome. Sweet potatoes in barrels. That's so condensed. And in our backyard, it's just barrels. Straight up. I've heard of regular potatoes in barrels, but our backyard just gets covered in sweet potato vines, and we usually harvest about 20 sweet potatoes. We
usually get a box.
Yeah.
Like just a normal Amazon box. Sorry,
just this big of a box.
You in the head. A little box, but for the last 2 years we even did a video of it. It was
cooking the sweet potatoes. Yeah, it's our really best video ever.
No, it's not very good, but it was making this sweet potato dish. So.
We went to clean eating a couple years ago, and sweet potatoes are just always valuable.
Izzy, yes, I would love to do tilapia, but it ironically gets too cold here. Like, are you serious?
Well, if we do aquaponics, which may be an experiment over time, that would be good. And honestly, we don't eat tilapia just because we don't have a good source for it. So it would be good to be our own source. Andrew asked about what's doTERRA and how do you get started? Good question, Andrew. Shameless plug. We are having a class on Thursday. It'll be live, so you'll also get a little, bing notice from us saying, hey, come check out this class, and we'll tell you all about it. So it's the way we created freedom to be able to get out of the suburbs and into the homestead.
Okay, so I will, let me see this. So I'll put this link down below. Okay, so and just is because that's one of the, if you're coming late, that's one of the reasons why we want to do this is we're doing a class this Thursday. So you can register for that class so if you have a pen and paper, now's the time to get ready, or I'll put the link in the description. I'll just type it here. It is bettertogetherlife.com/essential oils webinar.
Eric, you seriously make comments so great. Yes, I think, too cold belly up tilapia would be really simple to harvest. Kind of like if we ever decide to just throw dynamite into our tank, then who needs to keep working on, pole catching or net catching? We'll just blow up all the fish.
Okay, did I ever show you this video of these guys? Okay, I'm putting
blowing up fish.
No, but it's close to it. Okay, I'm putting the link to the webinar. Come on.
Well, we can put it in these comments, but we're going to have to repost it later.
Yeah, you can get it in the comments now, but then
the chat will disappear once the video posts.
Yeah, okay. So I saw this one thing. It was right when I was kind of into fishing for
a week. I was into fishing, super into fishing for like 5 minutes.
I was into YouTube fishing, YouTube videos on fishing.
I told you everyone is an expert on YouTube.
But it was totally these guys with like these electronic sticks that they would just get in the boat and then.
Okay, so where we went to school, they have a class called ichthyology, and that's one of the things they do to study the fish is they electrocute the water in a small area, and then they study the fish. Amy took that class. Hans, your growing up sounds amazing. You grew up selling vegetables and goat milk from your homestead. That's dreamy.
Shrimp. I also saw a YouTube video the other day where they were doing shrimp and lobster in a farm. But you
This is
don't,
crazy.
but see, you don't love farm-raised seafood.
No, I don't like commercially farm-raised food. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's ethical.
Wet,
and I don't
like water food.
Yeah, well, I don't like any kind of commercially raised food. I would rather go to our local meat market. I would rather go to someone at the farmer's market and buy local because I trust those people far better than I trust farm-raised food. But even just in terms of the health of seafood in general is even lower than pork. And I don't buy conventional pork either.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get my beautiful pregnant bride water.
Thank you. You get me for like 2 seconds. He's going to go fill up water from our Berkey, if that's a point of conversation from anyone. If you have a Berkey and you love it, give a holler. If we were on Facebook, I'd be like, push all the likes, push all the loves. Yeah, turning your above ground pool, that would be a really cool fish pond. A lot of friends that we have who've moved on to property where like a structure already existed, they've done some really neat things utilizing structures like hot tubs or gazebos to recreate something that's a little more functional that produces food, and I think that's really cool. Let's see. You guys have great questions. I think we've answered most of them. Let's check back and see if there's anything from our list of things.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, pinching the flowers and the berries on the strawberry plant.
Oh, yeah. So, and I meant to look this up.
Thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. Okay, let me see. I'm going to look this up before I actually say it because I'm kind of, yes. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, guys, I did kind of a goof, and we planted strawberries, and I completely forgot that strawberries are perennial. Oops. We won't be taking advantage of perennial.
Who knows? Maybe
plants.
we'll transplant them.
I guess we could.
Into a planter and then just move the planter.
Yeah, but how big are those roots going to be by then? So anyway, so I put in the comments, people put in the comments that if you pick off the flowers and the berries, if you pick off the flowers of the strawberry plant, that it'll help the plant get more established and get stronger roots and grow.
I had no idea.
We're not going to do that. We'll just see if we can get maybe a handful.
He might not do that, but maybe I'll do that.
Do you want to keep them as perennials?
Why not just try out? I mean, what happens? They just die if we screw it up.
No. I mean, it'll just be a stronger plant that will
let's
take over our beds a little bit. And maybe they
strawberries don't have to. Well, and I kind of doubt how deep or strong the roots can become if we have if we have them in our beds. If you've seen our beds, they're elevated and they're only about 1.5 feet deep anyways.
Josh.
Oh.
Maybe email us. Go to bettertogetherlife.com and you can find the contact. You can contact us. We'll
talk more.
Yeah, that is what I do for a living. Also is video production. So totally. I've done it professionally for about the last 10 years. So it will be a really cool Disney video. I promise you. Okay, easy to move strawberries. That's very good to know because everything that we're doing needs to be portable. They reproduce from runners. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Sweet potatoes, right?
I guess so.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's neat. Thanks.
We are going to go to our local strawberry farm and get some.
Yeah.
I think those are all. I think we've answered pretty much all the questions.
Okay.
We want to keep going for about 5 more minutes.
Yeah, we're going to do it for like 5 more minutes. So put some questions down in the chat if we haven't answered it. And if we didn't answer it, and if it was up in the top, just redo it again and we'll see it. Someone asked how is the battery powered tools going? Guys, I love these things.
I love them.
They are it's made by Ego. They're Ego 56 volt battery powered chainsaw and weed eater, like string trimmer, and then they also have a blower. My dad has the blower. This, like Kelly, what Kelly says is that the chainsaw sounds like the weed eater, the string trimmer. It's she says that it's the most quiet machine.
Yeah.
I mean, and it is, I mean, it's strong.
And there's a larger one too, isn't there?
I have the 14-inch. They do sell a 16-inch. I think it's like $50 more. But I love it. The battery is gigantic on it. So I am going to do I need to do a proper review of both of them. I've been filming a lot just to get ready for that, but I love it. It's not, I mean, I'm not going to be Wrangler Star on YouTube, like, you know, being a lumberjack. Right. But honestly, it can kick the tail out of a Sawzall any day.
Oh, it's not even a comparison.
And I don't even pull out my gas chainsaw. Because
I think that's probably the best thing about this. We never get out to the property with our battery-powered tools and can't get them to start, or we can't get them, the problems we don't have with them that we would normally have with gas. We never have to mix anything. We never run out of gas. We have, and the cool thing is that each of them comes with a battery, and our original, I think, came with 2. So whatever we bought first came with 2, and then, or we bought an extra battery, but somehow we ended up.
These come with 1 battery.
Don't we have 3, or do we just have 2?
I want
he wants to get the blower because it'll come with another battery. But honestly, I use these tools, and I am not, like I said, we don't have hunters, we don't have homesteaders, we have no history of really, I mean, our parents have built things, they're really good with their hands, but it's not been their like passionate pursuit. So when it comes to these tools, we're just learning how to fix a garbage disposal. We don't really know how to use all of them, but I tell you, right out of the box, I cleared so much brush on the property with that weed eater. And we really thought about getting that, or twice as much or 3 times as much the cost mower.
It's a yeah, they have like a mower trimmer. This was the perfect
solution for us. And we have not grass, but we have very tall brush.
Yeah.
And it allowed me to get straight up to the trunk of trees on our property.
You were probably 4?
Oh no, more
5
than
months?
that. I think I was 5 months pregnant at that time.
5 months pregnant, clearing property.
And it was awesome. And I could use the chainsaw and everything at that time. Since then, I think we confessed, and the midwife was like, stop using chainsaws. But it's really doable, and it's a solid piece of machinery, so I don't feel unstable or unsafe using any of it.
Yeah. Okay, so Sherry asked, do we know if we're going to have a boy or a girl?
We don't know, so we are taking guesses. We even toyed about that. We're like, hey, maybe we can have a contest on Facebook about or on YouTube about who's got the best guess.
Who's got the best guess?
Yeah, like the best guess. Do you guess boy or girl, and who's correct after he or she comes? So 50%. We don't know. We've actually waited on all of our kids' genders to find out. Honestly, for me, it's a good incentive, because labor is not easy. It's called labor for a reason. And that last little encouragement of getting to like meet somebody is really awesome. So we're gonna do probably a couple of videos on why we chose to have babies outside of the hospital, and what was unique about that for us. So we'll keep you posted on some of that stuff.
So guys, hold Kelly to this. I think it would be a cool idea to do some kind of contest with giveaway. I don't know what we're gonna give away, but we'll give away something. It'll be good. I think it could be cool for the person that can guess the date. I mean, that can guess the
weight
date
and size,
like everything. Like the weight, the gender, and the time that the baby was born.
We should take name suggestions.
No,
that would be hilarious.
No.
Well, I mean, we won't actually take the suggestions. We should just crowdsource some ideas. That would be funny.
Because we have no idea.
That's not true. We have ideas. We have leftover names. Is that, you want your 4th kid to be leftover names from your others? That's kind of horrible.
We really don't start thinking of it until like month 8. Okay, so I just saw Sue. Yes, we actually talked about that earlier. You might have came on a little bit late. We're going to be trying to get out in the property as much as we can. With Kelly being 7 months pregnant and us having 3 kids, it's been a little bit harder. But yes,
we're committed to consistent videos in the fall.
Yep.
And in the meantime, you'll have some sporadic ones of us on the property.
We are still moving out.
I would be sad to not get out there until after the baby comes.
Okay.
For me.
Good. Do you want to go camp?
If you've ever been 7 months pregnant, you know what that look was about.
Sleeping on an air mattress. And
I don't even sleep comfortably in my king size bed.
Okay, yes. All right. Guys, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for saying hey, and thanks for following us on YouTube. This is really, really fun. And, you know, people ask what our favorite parts are. And mine is certainly the comments. Commenting on YouTube and building relationships. Some of you are emailing us or joining us via Messenger on Facebook in the Better Together page. And that's really fun. So thanks for just sharing your hearts. And it encourages us to share ours a little bit more too.
Yeah, so last plug, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. We're doing another Essential Oils webinar. And join us on, like us on Facebook. We also have the Shed the House group. So
it's nearing 1,000 members. So if you're not in there, you need to jump into Shed to House.
On Facebook.
You're gonna see, Shed to House group on Facebook. Not just our stuff, but you actually see a community of people who are already doing what we want to do. Some guy posted the most incredible picture of a night sky over his cabin. It was amazing. And people who are just now in the process of building and framing out their shed houses. So definitely look at Shed to House. Come on to the webinar on Thursday. Register. We're going to put the link in the actual post of this video. But it's also in the comments if you can still click on those for a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Sherry.
Okay, we'll see y'all next time.
Okay, have a great night.
Good night.